Hey guys, today we're taking a look at my Box of Friends deck. Now this is the first time I've experimented with this deck type, but I'm already having a really lot of fun with it. The deck is just based around this one card, Box of Friends, that allows you to special summon two normal monsters. So it's kind of like a Rescue Rabbit, but it's more of a defensive kind of card that allows you to make additional plays, and it allows you to do some really cool stuff, and it has some additional support with its XYZ. So I'm just going to get right into the card. So obviously we're going to be running triple Box of Friends to make the deck work. Just allows you to bring out monsters. Along with that one Rescue Rabbit, it just makes a lot of sense in a deck like this. We're going to be running 3 Garnet. So Garnet is the highest attack normal level 4 that has 0 defense, so it's one of the strongest cards that we do have access to, along with the plays that we can make. Masked Chameleon works really well with this deck, allowing us to special summon those 0 defense monsters, so we can do some really big plays, which is nice. We can keep on, bringing stuff out over and over again. And then we have 2 Zombowwow. This one just allows us to search out a Box of Friends, which is very nice because it also gets destroyed, so we can set up plays very nicely, which is pretty cool for what we're trying to do. And then we have 2 Soul Tiger, 2 Sapphire, doing the same kind of thing in this deck, just having a high defense monster. Not a target for Masked Chameleon, but is a target obviously for Box of Friends and Rescue Rabbit, and a more defensive option that we can use. And just between the variation we have, we could do some additional stuff, which is pretty nice. And then we have Blazing Inpachi, just a card just like Garnet that's, decent attack. It also has 0 defense, allowing us to make our plays. So now for the spells, 2 creature swap. Really nice in this deck because we're using a lot of low attack monsters, so we can make a lot of big plays with this. 2 Mystical Space Typhoon, 1 Soul Charge. Really can make some big plays for us in this deck having Soul Charge. 1 Dark Hole, 1 Book of Moon, 1 Pot of Dichotomy, so really nice in this deck, giving us some additional power. Really nice to recycle things because of all the searching we do have, so I really like the ability to recycle in this deck. And then 2 Forbidden Lands, because we are focusing a lot on XYZ, can be really nice to have. For the traps, mostly staple. Running a lot more back row in this deck just because of the deck type. Doesn't want to run too many monsters. It just wants to focus on a few of those normal monsters. Also running 1 Wiretap, but a lot of people are considering running that nowadays, which is a fine card. Obviously, you can run, whatever your favorite traps are. Black Horn of Heaven, also a really good one to use nowadays. So now for the XYZ, we're going to be running 2 Princess Cologne. So a really interesting card for this deck. Allows you to bring out Box of Friends, so you can make a lot of additional plays very quickly. Has some protection built in, and you can also special summon normal monsters. So there's a lot of really interesting things you could do with this card, and obviously is meant to support the deck. We're also running a lot of staples, Exciton Knight, Solon Honor, Blackship, Abyss Dweller. Daigusto, I think really good in this deck, again to recycle. I think that's pretty important. Using Ragnazero, one of the stronger variations you do have access to. Maestroke, Gagaga, King of Feral Imps to search out Masked Chameleon. You can definitely run this at 2 if you want. If you want to search out Masked Chameleon, or if you want to run Kagetokage, which I'll be talking about in the side deck. It's also interesting if you run like other destruction cards like Diamond Dire Wolf, because you could do some destruction things with Box of Friends, but I'll get into that a little bit more in the side deck as well. Scrap Dragon also serves that purpose. You can destroy Box of Friends, get additional plays. There's a lot of really cool stuff you can do with that, but I definitely recommend Scrap Dragon because you could do plays like that. Also running Stardust and Crimson Blader and Catastor, just because we do have the ability to summon Box of Friends with Masked Chameleon, so it's good to have like at least 1 level 5 in the deck. So now for the side deck, if you haven't seen a video of mine before, in the side deck I kind of just go over recommended cards or other ideas I'm thinking about or other things that I've seen. Not meant to be a side deck for matches, just ideas I'm throwing out there. So I've seen some people run with the hands. I'm trying to avoid running hands in every single deck, but I definitely could see the power of it in this deck type. Redox, because we are using a good amount of Earth. If you want to run this, we can make some plays with that. You can also run Effect Veiler and make 8-star synchros with Redux too. Kagetokage, like I was saying earlier, we're doing a good amount of normal summoning 4 stars at some point, but that's not the big focus, so not really what I'm going for, but you can also search this out, so it's up to you. So I've seen some people run Mechanicalchaser because you can like Rescue Rabbit it and get Gear and get Box of Friends and do some additional things. There's no machine normal that's really useful that has 0 on the stats, so it's not you can't really do it that way, but you can do it with like Mechanicalchaser. Shining Angel is another way to search out Box of Friends. You can run this deck with Fire Kings. You can use Box of Friends to get itself destroyed and make big plays and do more Fire King stuff, so that's pretty cool. Pot of Duality, another card that you can obviously use to get some cards. Mind Control because we are doing a lot of 4-star plays, and a lot of decks obviously use 4 stars, so that can be good. Swing of Memories, if you want to bring back some of your normal monsters to make plays, that's an option to make those XYZs. Machine Duplication is an interesting one. I've seen some people run this with Box of Friends, but because of how Box of Friends works, I really don't recommend it, but it's up to you. You can run Call the Haunted, Limit Reverse. Obviously, they both have advantages and disadvantages, but you'll be using them to bring back Box of Friends. Generation Shift, other cards that will destroy your own card, can be really useful. I could see Generation Shift being really nice in this deck to trigger Box of Friends and get another Box of Friends to keep making the plays go. And like I was saying before, if you want to run like Mechanicalchaser, you can run Garjigan or whatever you want with machines to search out Box of Friends. With all the Earth, you can also run Fairy King. There's a few other XYZs you could run. Because we have some interesting swarming, you could run like Vylon Desigmia or Ouroboros, so some of the triple rank 4s if you want to go for that. So that's my Box of Friends deck. Again, just focused on some interesting type of swarming using normal monsters and using some interesting protection. It's a really fun deck to play, has some really cool stuff it can do. I definitely think it can compete at some levels with certain decks, but it does have some issues just because of the fact that you might draw into normal monsters or something like that. I really like some of the crazy plays that you're able to make with it though. And there's a lot of other options you could run. There's a lot of normal monster support out there. I try not to run too much because of the fact that it's kind of a half deck, normal and effects and also XYZs. But you can definitely run more normal support if that's, more what you're trying to build around. But if you guys do have your own Box of Friends deck, you can post below. Let me know in the comments. Maybe you have some ideas for the cards I can run in my deck. Just some suggestions you want to give to me. I'll definitely consider those. But as always, thank you guys for watching. I'll see you later.